What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jay, back with another video and Real Sports Talk. Today I want to talk about the Lakers finally beating the Los Angeles Clippers. And the Clippers, I guess you can say home. I guess it was, you can say, quote unquote, a road game for the Lakers. The Lakers got the job done. LeBron led the way, did his thing on the offensive side of the ball, had a nice game. Also, AD helped out, did their thing. But the big story in this game was Avery Bradley. And I feel like, you know what I mean, he made the big difference. The Lakers this whole season have had troubles finding a consistent third scorer, especially when you going up against these big teams and you're going to need a third scorer. Many people have predicted that it would be Kyle Kuzma, as Kuzma is known for being a high volume shooter and a scorer on a consistent basis. However, this season, he has not been consistent due to injuries and, you know, trying to figure out his place in the rotation, playing with two perennial all-stars. But he hasn't given us the production that he needed to. However, we got it from Avery Bradley tonight because the Lakers have gotten it from multiple people over times. You know, one day it'll be somebody else, one day it'll be somebody else, but they have gotten what they needed. And today, the Lakers, in my opinion, had a total team game. You know, nobody, you know, Avery Bradley showed up, don't get me wrong. But other than Avery Bradley, the Kyle Kuzma in the world, where, yeah, he only had 8 points and 10 rebounds. But his effort on getting the effort of the rebounds that he got hustling on that side. Defense, you know, him getting a couple steals and a block. You know, doing the things that he needed to do to win. His defense was very well, you know, guarding up against Lou Will, kind of holding him. You know, even when he had to guard against Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, he held his own and he did his thing, and he made good plays on help defense. You know, he made a couple shots when he needed to. Another thing, you know, Paul George and Kawhi Leonard went off today. You know, they did their things. They dominated like they usually have. You know, and even though with the addition of Marcus Morris and the improved defense of play by the Lakers, they still had a really good game, especially Paul George, because he got it cooking early. However, the Lakers were able to shut out the rest of the Clippers squad. I feel like today was kind of like the opposite of what the last two matchups have been, where it's the Lakers who look like the deeper, more better defensive team, and the Clippers look like a top-heavy team that doesn't have that many surrounding scores and couldn't hit their shots. And that's how, you know, the Lakers made the Clippers look. And in my opinion, that's how they can make them look if they really want to. Because at the end of the day, the Lakers have size. They have a lot of size. And they also are very defensive-minded. They may not have skillfully the same defensive players that the Clippers have. I understand that. But they have defensive anchors. They have leaders. They play as a unit. And they have people that's going to try hard. Even a guy like Kyle Kuzma, who isn't a lockdown defender, who isn't an all-defensive first-team defender. He's not Marcus Morris on the defense side of the ball. But today he played defense. He tried hard. He got the, you know, the hustle plays. He gave the effort that he needed to. And he played within his unit and was able to make an impact on the defensive side of the ball. You know, and they were able to, you know, guys like Lou Williams struggled. Montrezl Harrell had 18, but he had a very quiet night. You know, he didn't dominate. You know, Marcus Morris had 1 point and shot terribly from the field. You know what I mean? Just doing that. Reggie Jackson didn't really do much. So, you know, they've been undefeated when healthy, and, you know, the Clippers look like the team to be in the Western Conference. But after this weekend, I think you have to give the Lakers that edge after beating both of the top teams in the league and beating them by multiple double-digit points. Not beating them barely, but by beating them by double-digit points, led off the performance of my MVP candidate, LeBron James. Now, I get it. LeBron James may not have, you know, the 53 wins. LeBron James may not have the stats. LeBron James may not have, you know, he probably isn't having the record-breaking season that Giannis Antetokounmpo is having. I understand that. I get it. He may not be as great on both sides of the ball consistently as Giannis is. But when it comes to just being the most valuable player on the court, LeBron is that. When LeBron is on the court, the Lakers are a great team. They move the ball well, they play well, and they play defensively well as well. But when he gets off the court, they kind of slow down and they kind of, you know, don't have a way to find a lot of offense besides Anthony Davis, who showed up today when LeBron was out and made some big shots in the face-up game, really showing his ability to shoot and score the ball. However, with that, LeBron James has been very good for the Lakers. He's been valuable. And I understand what you're going to say. If Giannis isn't on Milwaukee, where are they at? They're probably not even a playoff team. But if LeBron isn't on the Lakers, they're a playoff team. I understand it. I get what you're saying. But I do have to ask that question again. Are they a playoff team if LeBron James doesn't play? Because in my opinion, remember the Pelicans? You're not about to sit here and tell me that team that the Pelicans had with Anthony Davis and Rondo and those guys who got beat by the Warriors in that series, and the other Pelicans-led team, Anthony Davis-led team. No, not really trying to throw shade on AD, but the other Pelicans-led teams, haven't really been that good. And on top of that, it's been teams that have had star players like the point of trade players that hasn't been that good. So how good would the Lakers be if they didn't have LeBron James? Like, how good would they be? Because everybody think, they'll be a playoff team because they still got Anthony Davis. Who does Giannis have? And I understand that. But you got to remember, the Bucks are playing in the Eastern Conference, and the Lakers are playing in the Western Conference. A Western Conference that have so many good teams in it, and an Eastern Conference that is very top-heavy. And to be honest, the Western Conference is a deep conference. They have multiple teams that could still be good. And don't get me wrong, when it comes to just top heaviness, the Eastern Conference probably has the best 4 teams, in terms of conference strength. They probably have the best 4 teams when it comes to that in terms of title chances. However, the Western Conference is deeper, and on top, and it's harder, to be as dominant as the Lakers have been. And with that, LeBron being on the court with this Lakers team and dominating and putting up the amount of points he has and playing the way he has and his plus minus when he's on the court and the Lakers when he gets off the court, it really shows how valuable he is. And in my opinion, it shows that he is more valuable of a player than Giannis Antetokounmpo is. Just off of who is your opposition on a night-to-night basis. Who is your team? How valuable is your team when you get off the court? You know what I mean? When Giannis gets off the court, the Bucks can still score the ball and they can still move the ball. But when LeBron gets off the court, the Lakers become very stagnant. So you have to look at it like that. So all I'm gonna say is, give LeBron his MVP. He truly deserves it, and they need to stop playing with my boy like he did. He gave it to Zion. He gave it to Giannis. He gave it to Kawhi Leonard, and he did what he needed to. He dominated both of the games this weekend, improved, and I think put himself in the MVP conversation right where he needs to be. People have tried to get him out of the conversation and say that Giannis has it by a mile, but after watching what he's done this weekend and watching what he's done since the All-Star break, I have to disagree with this. And the fact that he's doing this in year 17, it's just a narrative thing. No, he may not. No, Giannis may be the best player or something like that if you want to look at it like that. But we just talking about most valuable player. We just talking about who's having the best year in terms of a narrative. All the stuff that goes into what an MVP is. I think you have to give it to LeBron James this year just because of the fact that the Lakers had the number 1 place in the Western Conference, the hardest conference and the deepest conference. On top of that, LeBron James doing this at 35 in year 17. On top of that, when LeBron James isn't on the court, his team goes down in, plus minus and efficiency very much. And on top of that, just his what he has been able to do as of recent against the big teams and how he has been able to take over games. He's 20-0 when the kid scores 30 points. That just lets you know how valuable this man's been to the team, how great he's been in the team. He is leading the league in assists right now, and being the main point guard for a team that doesn't really have a true point guard that can, fulfill the duties of being a playmaker while he's on the bench. So I just feel like give LeBron the MVP. Great game by the Lakers. Every rally did his thing, being able to make clutch threes when he needed to, being able to score when he needed to and do his thing. And Anthony Davis made up for it, did his thing. Good weekend for the Lakers. They really solidified their place as a top team in the Western Conference, and I feel like they earned the respect that they need to be given, and they are a team they are a threat to the rest of the league right now. And that's my opinion on it. That's all I gotta say. Peace.